From Governor McMaster to now Ambassador Nikki Haley to roads in South Carolina, Chip Limehouse talks to me one-on-one for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. Mr. Limehouse.
Mr. Washington. Charleston's #1 foodie.
Well,
You're in the food scene.
yes, sir. Yeah, over at Qology Barbecue.
You sell food and
Yes.
you like fine dining as well.
Well, yes, indeed, absolutely. Matter of fact, we ate lunch a week ago. It was good food over there at T-Bonz.
We had a great lunch. You know, that's what Charleston's all about. The food scene here in Charleston is second to none,
Right.
really in the country. And we're getting better every day. We've got great chefs, we've got great suppliers, we've got great restaurants,
Right.
and the sky's the limit for Charleston and the food scene. And, you know, if you're watching this interview from anywhere other than Charleston, you need to come here and enjoy our great restaurants.
Absolutely, I agree.
Food's amazing.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of the sky is the limit, let's go to Columbia. Obviously, Henry McMaster is the new 117th governor of South Carolina. When you think of Henry McMaster, where are you emotionally? Because he's been trying to become governor for a long time.
You know, I ran in 1990. I ran for the state senate. I was 26 years old. My first public speaking I ever did, first speech I gave, was at Bell's Crossroads in Colleton County at the elementary school there. They've remodeled it now, or they've completely built a new school there. But it was an old school, and I was there, and Congressman Ravenel was running for re-election to Congress, and Henry was running for the U.S. Senate against Senator Hollings,
Right.
and so that was the lineup. It was Congressman Ravenel spoke, and then Henry spoke, and then I spoke. My first time, I was following those two great men, and so Henry has been in the Republican Party for a long time, and he's paid his dues. He's worked in the vineyard.
Right.
Everybody in the party knows him. Everybody likes him. So he's going to be a great governor because, you know, you can say what you want to about South Carolina, but you still need to be able to get along with people to be our governor. And Henry can get along with people. That's one of his strengths. I'd say if you can't get along with Henry, you're not a very easy person to get along with because he's very easygoing and likable and good guy, hard worker. So, you know, I'm thinking he's going to fix a lot of the problems that, you know, are falling square on his desk right now. For instance, the roads.
Right.
We have the worst roads in the world, not just the country, the world. I've been to Argentina, and you know, you don't beat up your front end any more down in Argentina than you do here, all those South American countries. So, I think Henry will do something about the roads in South Carolina. I think the House leadership, Speaker Jay Lucas
Right.
and Gary Semerald and others will do something. They've introduced a bill, a 10-cent gas tax, which it's a good step in the right direction. So, you know, I support the House leadership and what they're trying to do, and I think Henry will work hand in glove with them. I'm so excited that we're going to have a Senate and a House and a governor all working together for the first time, you know, in a long time, really. So,
Well, you know, and there are reports out there that obviously Nikki Haley didn't get along with a lot of the legislators. And of course, you know, she, you know, took it to task with them in the media. What is it like to see her now as the United States ambassador to UN?
well, I wish her the most luck. I mean, she has a very important job for our state and for our country, and particularly as it revolves around our relationship with these other countries, that we want to stay on an even keel. We want to get along. Let's get along with China and Russia, and let's get along with all these other countries, and you know, let's destroy ISIS once and for all. Let's destroy them. Let's wipe them off the face of the planet, because you just can't work with them. You can't deal with them. They're bad guys,
Right.
and but you know, she's a smart girl, so I'm certain she'll do a good job up in New York, and you know, that was fortuitous for her that Trump won, and he saw fit to select her. So, you know, Trump's making some amazing moves. I mean,
Right.
it's every day. It's so refreshing to have a businessman sitting there in the Oval Office.
Sure.
You know, every day I saw where one stroke of the pen, Keystone Pipeline. That should have been done a long time ago. That was silly to hold that up. So Trump is just making move after move. He said, and you build the pipeline, and also you got to have to use U.S. steel. Oh, by the way, you got U.S. steel, so it employs more people. So it's just he's making one smart move after the next. So.
Well, let me get back to Columbia because, as you know now, obviously Hugh Lieberman is no longer the Senate Pro Tem. He resigned because he doesn't want to become Lieutenant Governor. I believe Kevin Bryan from the upstate will become the next Lieutenant Governor. What is it like to sit on the sidelines and see all of this happen?
Well, the only thing certain about South Carolina politics is it's certain to change, and it changes and changes and changes. And our politics here, you know, it just seems to be like in South Carolina we have more things happening at one time all the time, more important things going on, and to be such a small state, We really have a lot of change at all times. So I could not be more pleased than having Henry McMaster as our governor. I've worked with Henry for years when he was party chairman, and he was the AG, and
Yeah.
he's lieutenant governor, and all those years I was in the legislature, he was very easy to work with, always easy to contact and make a meeting with. And so the legislators that get to work under Henry are lucky.
Yes.
They're going to have someone that will listen to them, someone will take time to meet with them, and he's going to fix our problems. Maybe he'll help us fix 526 here.
Speaking of which, when you look at the 526 extension debate and the extension deadline, what sticks out to you?
Why are we setting artificial deadlines? When somebody misses a deadline, so what? I was in a meeting with the SIB last month. Aiken County missed several deadlines. We didn't say a word. Matter of fact, I made the motion to give them an extension. The SIB's job is to build roads, not to stop them. And this 526 issue is probably the most pressing issue in the Tri-County, certainly in Charleston County. We need to finish it. We're in gridlock here.
Yes.
You can walk out Savannah Highway quicker than you can drive a car. And that's sad. When our new governor has to call a mandatory evacuation, we can't evacuate. And if we can, it takes 24 hours to get to Charlotte from here. That's unacceptable. Most of that 24 hours would be getting out of the low country. So, I think Henry McMaster is going to step in and help us. I really do.
Let's talk about the Charleston Harbor Deepening Project. A lot of the dignitaries were here, I believe, on Monday to announce some good news. It's moving forward from what I understand. When you see that, where are you emotional with that?
Well, myself and former Speaker Bobby Harrell, we got the initial funding for that, $135 million. There was nothing happening. It was dead in the water, no federal money. And we appropriated the federal and the state portion together in Columbia.
Right.
I think it was at that point, the federal portion was $85 million. But so former Speaker Bobby Harrell deserves credit. I can't tap myself on the back, but I had a lot to do with it too, to get the harbor deepening started. And the harbor is the lifeblood of our economy in South Carolina. Without a deep harbor, we're dead in the water, no pun intended. So that's got to be done. And our South Carolina delegation in Washington's doing a great job getting the money. So pat on the back to the South Carolina delegation.
Of course. And let's talk about the Real ID controversy. Obviously, as you know, President Trump is in office. What would you hope for him as far as a Real ID in South Carolina?
We don't have so much of a problem in South Carolina because we're not a border state.
Right.
If we were a border state, people would be howling about the issue in South Carolina. But I think we need to certainly give South Carolina as much time to comply as possible.
Right.
But there needs to be, one ID for the whole country, and so we can keep tabs on people so that we don't have another, Kate Steinle situation occur where you had this, beautiful young lady in the prime of life gunned down by a vicious criminal that was 4 or 5 times he came across the border illegally and was apprehended, and and the people in San Francisco would give him a pat on the wrist and say, "Oh, please don't do that again. And by the way, you're in a sanctuary city, so it's all good." So Trump's going to end that situation. That's unacceptable. That we would have Americans be murdered by illegal aliens, and it seems like the left's okay with that. I mean, they're protesting Trump, but they don't ever protest Kate Steinle being killed. That's a lot bigger issue to me.
What's your message to them right now?
My message to them is we're all Americans. Stop the protesting. We're all Americans. When President Obama was elected to office, I wasn't thrilled about that situation.
Okay.
But I said to myself, he's my president now, and I'm going to get behind him to the extent that I can, and I'm going to let him do his job. And we're one people, and it worked. He helped kill Osama bin Laden. That was one good thing he really did. He pulled the trigger on that. I did a lot of things I disagreed with, and I certainly have been critical of him at times, but I've tried to be critical of his policies and not personal with him. And but when he was elected president, I didn't have protests. I didn't flip cars over and burn them. That's un-American. These people they're just wrong-headed in their approach, and they're acting like spoiled brats. They should have had their gatherings before the race, not after the race. I mean, it's 4 years. They're going to have to be with Trump for 4 years, and like it or not. So they may as well stop protesting. If they want to do something productive, go help some old person rake their yard, or go pick up trash somewhere. Do something for your country and your community, and stop this silly protesting.
Well, you're no longer in the South Carolina State Legislature.
No, I'm a non-legislator.
I can't believe it, but what do you...
First time in your lifetime.
Yes, I'm 32, Chip. But listen to this.
First time since you were 10.
Right, exactly, yeah. But what do you expect from Columbia? What do you see the hot button issues to come out of Columbia, in your mind?
Well, first of all, government cannot fix every problem that we have. That government is not responsible for. We're responsible for ourselves, and we're responsible for our own problems. So, government cannot fix every problem. What I expect to come out of Columbia is what I said earlier: fix our roads, and they're doing it. The leadership in the House is, under Jay Lucas.
Right.
He's doing an outstanding job as Speaker. Phenomenal job. I support Speaker Lucas 100%. Hope he'll stay there as long as he wants to stay there, because he's really a good man, and Jay's a good leader.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other issues, the economy's actually pretty good. I have to give Governor Haley that accolade. The unemployment's way down since she took over, so she's done a good job with attracting jobs. But we just need a road to get to the jobs on. That's all.
Yes, indeed.
We don't have that road. We need that road set up. So yeah.
Well, I understand that. Chip Limehouse, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Quintin, always good to be with you.
Yes, sir. Same here. Thank you.